Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I hope you enjoyed my last video. I know some of you can DM me, I keep saying that, certain questions here and there. So one question popped up actually, how Alibaba works. So I'm going to go through I'm going to be a quick and brief video of just to show you guys how I use Alibaba for products. Because I know the person that spoke to me yesterday asked how can you trust the sellers on there and how to not get caught by some of the scammers on here. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to go through the Alibaba website in very brief, in a very simple way, just for you guys to make sure you don't get caught by any problems on Alibaba. They're generally quite a good website for understanding situations you get into if you do happen to pay someone on Alibaba and never receive your items. It's happened to me a couple of times, even from a couple of the world kind of known sellers, but that tends to be a postal issue or a miscommunication. So just make sure when you go through Alibaba, you really thoroughly speak with the manufacturer or the seller. Make sure you get over the kind of the situation you want to do. Are you going to be drop shipping with them? Are you buying the product from them, testers? Obviously times, how long things take to ship, and costs. Super important that you get over what the product cost is, because sometimes the product can say it's £2.50 and then you go on to shipping and it says it's free. I always double check with the seller, the manufacturer first. Just make sure you do, because you could then put that product up on your website, sell it, and then there's miscommunication between you and the actual manufacturer about shipping costs. So those are the most important parts before you even go onto the website and start finding your products and stuff. So on Alibaba, if I'm looking for a product, I obviously kind of have done my research first. On several websites, through video marketing, through testers, all sorts of softwares I use as well. But for today's profile, we're going to just type in a random product, and then we're going to see if, well, I'll show you guys who are the best people to approach in terms of on the website itself. So let's choose let's think of one. What have I written down here? There you go. An eco toothbrush. So good thing about eco toothbrushes or eco items, they're in very high demand at the moment. Depending how you market it, you may make quite good sales from it. So, but we won't go into that now. Let's just go on to eco toothbrush. Okay, so it obviously will come up with so many different types of toothbrush. But obviously the most important part we want to do first is to make sure or find out how we know they are either a known manufacturer, if the seller is actually genuine, how many sales they've done, their reviews, and how long they've been on the website for or selling for. So you can see in these areas here, it may look to obviously someone that's new to this a little bit all over the place. It takes time getting used to, but once you know everything, you'll understand. So what I look for, this is what I personally look for. I'm a little bit picky because I just want to make sure the product's always good. The customer that I sell it to always gets it if I do drop ship, and the item tends to be quite good. I always order samples first, majorly important. Don't just tell the manufacturer, yeah, I want your products, but I'm going to drop ship them to the customer. How good are they? Because sometimes it's their word against yours. They could say it's really good, but actually in our eyes it's mediocre. So get a sample. Most of the time the samples are free, or they'll ask you for the shipping costs, or the samples will cost a little bit cheaper than the actual product is. So just check your samples. So to look for a well-established seller, manufacturer, I always look for verified. They've been on the website for 4 years, or they've been selling for 4 years legitimately. So that, again, Alibaba see them as a well-known manufacturer seller. Also, they're at the top of Alibaba on the first toothbrush I chose, actually. Yeah. So Verified and 4 years. If you want to, you can actually, on the left hand screen here, you can actually file in what you prefer to do. So if you want them to be trade assurance, so trade assurance is if something goes wrong with the delivery, the actual item itself, it just generally covers you on any problems. So again, I tend to put trade insurance in, and then I'm going to put verified supplier as well. So it just covers you on basis of any issues that go wrong with the product getting to you. You don't have everything you ordered. If you order all the products, you order 500 units, but you get 362 units, there is an issue. So again, you have to speak with the manufacturer, and if they don't apply with you, then you go straight for Alibaba. You never want it to get to that because you want to make relationships with your manufacturers over time. I have a couple now I'm extremely close with. I treat them with massive respect. If you treat them with respect, they will treat you back with respect. And then over time, again, you get little discounts here and there, little bonuses, because you treat, essentially, they're your family at the end of the day, because they are helping you build your business. So just when you find someone, make sure you treat them with respect, because that way they always go the extra mile for you. Well, I found that out anyway. I found that way. So, but yeah, so I've put in verified supplier, trade insurance, and again, it comes up with those ones only. There are other bits on here like response time, 1 hour response time. I don't really bother with that too much, because I find that if I do contact other manufacturers, they tend to get back with me within an hour, even the next day. I'm not in any major rush. They could be very busy, so it's not a bad thing if they don't get back to you within 1 hour. If they get back to you the next day because they've got 20 other customers buying from them, it's kind of a good thing, because it just shows that other people trust them. So I wouldn't bother too much with that. Ready to ship and paid samples, up to you. It depends how quick you want your stock here, or if you're drop shipping, I guess you would do ready to ship. But again, always speak to the manufacturer. Even if you click these two buttons, even these two, even though I would say that covers you a little bit, but if you click these two here, it doesn't always mean what it means. So just always speak to them first. And when it comes to speaking to them, you can chat now. Again, if they reply, they reply. Or you can contact the supplier anyway and just leave a message. Actually, when you contact the supplier, so let's just try that now. I need to log in. So when you contact the supplier, you will come to a page just basically stating that it will go through what product you want, the amount, and shipping times and stuff, and you just put some details in. Whereas if you chat now, it will just basically bring up the chat, and you quickly speak to them. So it depends what you want to do. I just generally do chat now, and then I'll wait for the response, and then I will tell them like this is what I'm doing, etc., and go from there. There's all sorts of stuff from here. So countries of origin we get from. I tend to get I do get all my bits from China, because it's just where it all comes from. There are other countries you can order stock from. Again, it all depends on your preference really. And then you can put in prices and stuff like that. So that's generally like most websites where you put in prices and stuff. So yeah, certificate wise, we won't go into that today because that's not really relevant. But if you're just looking for your standard item, this is really for me just to show you how to keep yourself a little bit protected. And I hope it helps you guys decide whether you use Alibaba, because I know I have spoke to a lot of people and no one seems to know like how to use it, or do they trust it. Because it doesn't look legit. It looks like a standard website that someone's chucked a load of things on. You will get used to it. You have to just trial it. You have to test it. It's not going to be perfect the first time round. I do have a client of mine. He's just ordering his first few items actually. Actually started a month ago, and he's ordered like those smelly candle wicks that look quite nice. So he's ordered that from. He actually tried 2 or 3 manufacturers. He's still waiting for his item, because it's just obviously with sometimes when you order from Alibaba, it can take a while, and also he's had postal problems with certain postal companies, but that's just something that happens on samples bits. So yeah, make sure you obviously contact the manufacturer, check if they're trade assured, verified supplier. If you really want to make sure you're secured, you don't have to go with trade insurance or verified suppliers. You can take the risk. Sometimes you find cheaper items without that because they want to sell more items to get the verified supplier badge. It's up to you. Again, I've done things in the past, I've learned from it, and then I've regretted it. And I just keep life very simple now and just go with certain aspects. It's very similar to eBay, where most people wouldn't buy from someone with 0 or 1 or 2 free feedback. They'll always find someone that might have 10 or 20 or 30 feedback. But again, you can look at the reviews. I would say anything between 3.5 upwards tends to be quite good. I have bought from 2.5 review statuses before, which tend to be very good. It's just sometimes the manufacturer has bad luck with shipping or just isn't good with certain areas. Not everyone is good at all business. Like some people might be very good at like knowing how to ship things quickly. Some people might be very bad at that. So yeah, don't always put someone down on Alibaba because of certain things. So again, it will tell you like here it says customer service, but that's another thing. If their customer service is very good, if they speak to you with a good manner, ask you lots of good questions, they ask you like, are you looking for like what you're white labeling? Are you looking for boxing? Most of these can do that for you at a cost, obviously. So just negotiate on costs, but don't be too rude to them because again, they may not reply. But yeah, so I hope that video helped you out. Just again, remember to look for the verified suppliers. Always speak to the supplier. Don't just buy the item or buy a sample without kind of knowing who they are. You will need to make an account and put your details in. It can take 5 minutes. It's not very long, and just get to know the website. Go through it. Look at there is hundreds and hundreds and thousands of products on there. So, and obviously prices as well. You can see we'll go through another video on prices and how it works. Some places obviously want you to buy more than one piece, or some you can only buy maybe 2,000 units or more. It depends what item you're looking at really. So I hope that video works, you guys, and I will see you in the next one.